another shitty shit, ain't nothing like me. Yeah. About to catch another flight. Yeah. I about to make him wanna bite. Yeah. I just wanna have a good night. I just wanna have a good night. Hold up. If you don't know, now you know. If you broke, then you gotta let him go. You could have anybody, anybody, no. Cause when you a boss, you could do what you want. Tell me why. Yeah. Cause girls is players too.
Okay, let's do a little check. We're on air. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Natalia J. I am a rising senior since I'm filming. Matter of fact, take off the rising. I am a senior. Matter of fact, we're gonna redo this. If you're new here, I'm gonna catch you up. Let me give you a little introduction of who I am. I am a YouTuber. I am a chemistry major. I am a scholar student, and I am on a pre-med track to become a future anesthesiologist. So I just gave y'all a gist of who I am. The last time I did my freshman advice video, I was a freshman. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give the girls the tea. Let me give them an update. The senior edition, the senior version, because yeah, like y'all need it. Cause it be a lot going on in Atlanta. So we just gonna get right into it and get to y'all raw, straight, uncut. And yeah, before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And tune in for more because, you know, your girl has two series, if you do not know. I have my HBCU vlog series and I have my Chem Chronicles series. So you got the best of both worlds. I give y'all a glimpse into party life, HBCU life. I give you a glimpse into academics as being a STEM major, specifically chemistry. So if you know, you vibe with me, let's keep rocking and let's get into this video. So for starters, I'm gonna start off with things I did not know, like coming into college, or things like as I progressed through, you know, being here at Clark Atlanta, things just I did not know. As a pre-med major, if you're in a pre-med track, you're interested in going to medical school. In order to not have a gap year, because honestly, I did not start doing like thorough research into medical school until the summer going into my junior year. And that's like my biggest regret, because like I know I want to go to medical school, but I just never thought to like just do extra research until like the summer going into my junior year. And so that summer was the summer I did my internship at Cornell. If you did not watch that series, I have that series of my summer internship at Cornell University. And yeah, you need to have your life together by junior year. Like that's the cleanest, like uncut way I can tell you, because the medical school application process itself is it's a 1-year process. So provided that if you want to go into medical school without a gap year, you would need to apply by the summer of the end of your junior year. So your junior year is basically when you're putting the finishing touches on like your, you know, scholastic achievements, like, you know, basically establishing that foundation, the relationships with your professors or any doctor you shadowed or anything like that, because you'll basically need a recommendation by the end of that year. So junior year, you know, freshman and sophomore year is like the strong foundation, is the base that you set. So I did not know that. A lot of people may not know that, or some people may, but it's just something I did not know as a STEM person. Another thing I did not know, when it comes to meal plans, your meal plan, I thought that, you know, okay, when I first got to Clark, it was COVID. I graduated in 2020. So when you get to Clark, when I got to Clark, we only spent like a semester, and that was the spring of my freshman year. We didn't stay on campus the fall. So after that, after I stayed on campus for 1 semester, I was like, nah, I'm not doing this no more. So I moved into an apartment. And so basically, I got my meal plan cut down because it's like I'm staying off campus, and like the only time I would eat in the caf would be fried chicken Wednesdays. Like literally, that would be the only time I would eat in the caf. So I'm thinking like, okay, well, if I'm not swiping my card as much, maybe my like meal books or meal plans will like reload over, or like, you know, I could use the next semester. But no, your meal plans, if you got all that, like, cause okay, with Clark, you can apply for like the lowest meal plan. They have like the bronze, the silver, and the platinum. And I think the bronze is the one I have. That's the cheapest one, like the basic plan. And so I would get that, and like I said, I would be having so much money and stuff left over. And when I found out that, oh, so if I don't use it, it don't transfer over, I just like, you know what? I'm just gonna swipe. So if you get to that point, use all your Paul card, the Paul books, and the swipes that you can because it will not reload over. So I did not know that. I'm thinking, you know, if I don't use it, then I could just, you know, keep stacking it up. But you know, them folk want that money, they ain't gonna play. What is networking? I've always heard people say, yeah, you know, network. I'm stressing the importance of networking. Since I've been maturing and just growing up, going through life, I've learned that it's not about what you know, it's who you know. And if you don't understand that saying, you will find out eventually or one of these days. Because you can be the most qualified person, like applying for any position, overachiever, you know, best stats, all of that. But someone who, you know, may not, you know, have the achievements that you have can get that position if you don't know the right person. You know, it's all about opening your mouth, networking, going to events, establishing relationships with people in the future position you want to be in. So I've been, you know, on this journey of like trying to build relationship with different anesthesiologists, or just I'm gonna start like sending cold email. Like that's another way to network, you know, cold emailing. If you see someone in the position that you are in, or not in, but you want to be in, reach out to them. You know, it doesn't hurt to send an email. It doesn't hurt, because the worst thing they can say is no. And a lot of the times, you know, some medical professionals, you know, they want to help you. But yeah, they want to help you. So my advice is to, you know, always just make sure you just network. Don't be afraid to open your mouth. Don't be afraid to, you know, just go up to someone and say hi. So when it comes to like attending conferences or like business events, make sure, you know, first impressions are everything. You know, dress to the T, have, you know, great conversation etiquette, manners, of course, and just be a great person, be your genuine self, and just network and form those relationships, because they do come in handy, not only for like just opportunity wise, but just like you never know when you need advice on something, or just later on down the line, like just knowing you early on established and connected with these different professionals or these different healthcare people, it will also, you know, help in the end. HPAU office. As a pre-med, I did not know of the HPAU office. And if you don't know what the HPAU office is, the HPAU office is the Health Professions Advising Unit. So if you come into Clark and you majoring in chemistry, bio, anything in STEM, whatever, or if you on a, you know, a pre-med track and you want to go into the healthcare field, make sure you get acquainted with the HPAU office. It is located in the Thomas Cole building, because if you're majoring in STEM, you're gonna know that building. You're gonna know that building. That's where all the professors, that's where their offices are, that's where all the labs are, that's where you'll be doing, like if you do undergraduate research, not if you are a bio or chemistry major, that's what I can attest to. You will have to do undergraduate research. It's part of your curriculum. So yeah, get acquainted with the HPAU office. And when I tell you, I'm so thankful for Ms. Stone. She's the head of the HBCU office, and she's also the advisor over my organization, NSBWM. I'll get into that also, but she's amazing. She's helped with my personal statement. She's helped with my, I did initially plan on applying for this cycle for medical school, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna take a gap year, because the MCAT itself, it ain't nothing to play with, but we gonna say that for another day. She's helped with opportunities, conferences. She's connected me with the opportunity to work with the VHA, the Veteran Health Affairs. She's involved with so much. So if you're coming to Clark, make sure you visit the Thomas Cole building and you go meet Miss Stone and tell her Natalia sent you, because I'm telling you, she won't steer you wrong. She will not steer you wrong. As a freshman, I can't really attest to too much information about dorm life, because like I said, I only spent one semester on campus, and when I tell you, it was like, it was COVID. It's not much I can even, you know, give you about that, because it was COVID and it wasn't really much of an experience. But I will say I had only one roommate, so I can't really give you like, oh, how is it living with two people? The freshman dorms are small, so living with two people in there, I don't know how they do it. I'm just glad I got in and got out when I did. But I will say that, of course, living in a dorm, of course, stack up on your cleaning supplies, like the Clorox, the disinfectants, all of that, the Lysol, the Clorox wipes. Stack up on that, because you will need it living in a dorm. It is a community bathroom style freshman dorms, and so you sharing a bathroom with all these girls on one hall. And also shower shoes. But of course, I feel like that's common sense. But you never know. Common sense sometimes is not so common. So I ain't here to, you know, try to be funny with anything I say. Like, just take it with a grain of salt. Like, you know, great intentions. Because, you know, if you don't know, you don't. If you know, you know. Because there's nothing wrong with not knowing. Just always, don't be afraid to ask. Like, me personally, I've always had that mindset, like, if I don't know about something, I'm going to ask about it. I don't care how small or dumb it may sound. So, yeah, that's what I would say. Okay, so, academics. We going to start with time management. That's my biggest question. Everyone always asks me, how do you manage your time? I see you do so much with YouTube or this, you volunteer, you hold executive positions in organizations, you're working in a lab, you're taking these rigorous courses, you're a chemistry major, you're an influencer. How do you balance that? First of all, I gotta give all praise to the Most High, God. Ain't no way, like the strength it takes to like the motivation, the discipline, you need somebody. And for me, like, I'm a spiritual believer. I believe in a higher power, God, Jesus Christ. Yeah. And he gives it to me. Like, he gives me the strength, the knowledge. He gives me all the skills I need to keep going. So I would start with there. Give all praise to God, because it's just no way. It has to be God. Like, the strength it takes, you know, to just keep going and not let yourself burn out, to just be involved in so many different things. God. Time management. The way that I stay so organized, I use the Apple Calendar. So the Apple Calendar, you know, it's the calendar that comes in your phone. And when I tell you, I love the Apple Calendar because, like I said, it's on my phone and it's also in sync with my iPad and my laptop and my iMac. So anytime, like, first of all, I plan each day out, hour by hour. So if I have classes, I plan my classes out. If I need to go work in a lab, I will designate time to work in a lab. I will designate time to study. I'll designate time to edit a YouTube video if need be. Or if I have a meeting, I'll put it in my calendar. And I always set alerts. So if, like, say for instance, okay, classes start, you have an exam within like 3 weeks, I'll put it in my calendar, exam on this day, and then I'll set an alert to alert me the week before that exam. So also I can make sure that, okay, you have exam the next week, you need to start, make sure you're studying if you haven't started studying for that specific class. And then I'll set another alert like 2 days before, like crunch time, like make sure you know you studying for the exam, so you won't be surprised when they do come. But professors, they tend to give you like, okay y'all, your exam will be on this day, da da da, but some professors, they may or may not tell you, you never know. It just depends on your teaching style. So with time management, I use my Apple Calendar, and it's so helpful. Like, if I could show y'all my past schedules in my Apple Calendar with like being in class and things like that, y'all would be like, how are you doing this? Coffee and God. Coffee to keep me a little energized, and God just takes control of everything because it's in his hands. That is how I manage my time. I use my calendar to stay organized. Some people use different platforms, like they use a Google Calendar. You can use, like, some people use Notion. Me personally, Apple Calendar is the most simplest, easiest way for me to, you know, be productive. So that's what I use. If something else works better for you, use that. When it comes to time management, as a freshman, I understand, like, it depends on, like, if you was in high school, you know, you got a taste of the party life, then you may not be as pressed to, you know, just be all outside. And I get it if you didn't have that experience in high school, because everybody's parenting style is different, and there's nothing wrong with, you know, not having any party experience or anything like that. But me personally, before I got to college, I was already partying in high school. So college was like a, okay, you know. And plus that summer before, yeah, I was outside. But yeah, don't beat yourself up about it. But one thing I will say, be careful. Coming to Atlanta, ATL nightlife itself is a whole other topic we're gonna get to. But I will say, just time management, sticking to the course. When it comes to partying, make sure you stay on top of what you need to stay on top of, because at the end of the day, your academics matter. High school was different. College, you paying for this. So if you get to college and you just allow yourself to be consumed with the glitz and the glam and the flashiness of Atlanta and the aesthetics and the going out every day, I don't want to say you gonna fall for it, but it's like, it's very easy to get pulled in and reeled in. Me personally, like, that stuff don't faze me. Like, of course it'll catch your eye. Anything that's flash gonna catch your eye, but that's all it'll do, it'll catch your eye. It ain't gonna, you feel me? It ain't gonna stay on my mind too much, because it's like, you gotta be disciplined, you gotta stay grounded in who you are, stay true to yourself, like, stay who you are. It's very easy to, you know, get around people and they have these certain feels of certain things, like, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. If you don't do something, stick to it. You know, don't have nobody to peer pressure you into doing something or whatever. So, but I'm gonna say that for a whole another topic. We gonna stay on topic, which is time management. So if you know you wanna go outside, get your work done during the week and save the partying for the weekend, okay? You gotta put boundaries on yourself. If you know you wanna party, you wanna go out, and you got all these assignments, don't let them pile up. Don't be a person in the car typing an essay on the way to the function or at the party trying to do this X, Y, and Z. Like, I mean, if it works for you, okay, cool, but that's the easy way to burn yourself out, because if you just allow everything to just keep piling up and trying to do it at the last minute, it's so easy to get burned out. So I don't recommend, but if you have to, I mean, hey, who am I to stop you? You know, going into classes, as a freshman, you don't pick your courses at Clark, they're given to you. So me personally, like, I've always had a lighter load than most people because I did dual enrollment in high school. So when I came to college, I was already like 56 credits like ahead, like, because I did like 2 years of dual enrollment. So my courses, when I was a freshman, I was starting off with not organic, general chemistry, general biology, and like my calculus course. Like, I didn't take no reading and writing, none of that, like any other, you know, core classes that you would take as a freshman. I didn't take any of those because I already took them yeah, in high school. So yeah, I had a lighter load. But when it comes to classes, it is tricky trying to balance multiple. So that's why I prefer to stay organized with the Apple calendar. And then also, I'm a paperless student. And what I mean by paperless is everything I do is paperless. All my notes, my lectures, PowerPoints, they're paperless. They're in my iPad. So let me show y'all. I started off using GoodNotes. GoodNotes, it was like $7. Notability, I think like $7. Whatever one works for you, but I switched to Notability. No specific reason. I'm just, you know, after you've seen something for such a long time, you just want to switch. So all my notes would be in here. And when I say I love being a paperless student, because for one, like, everything you need is in this one thing. It's in this one thing. So if, I don't know everybody, you know, financial situations, but if you can't afford to get an iPad, get an iPad. Like, I highly recommend getting an iPad. Now, I don't know if Clark's still doing the laptop giveaways, because I know they gave us a laptop when I was my freshman year, but I don't know if they're still doing it. I don't know. I'm not too fond of that. But yeah, and so the reason why I love it is because, like, y'all see this? Well, y'all probably can't because of the light, but all of these notes, the reason why I also like being paperless is because, for one, like, when you're paperless, it's like, it allows you, like, when I tell you, I still have my notes from freshman year on my iPad. I still have all my notes from freshman year. So say, for example, you know, it comes to, like, because the things that you're learning, it's not like you should learn it and forget it, like, especially your core classes. Like, my chemistry classes, general, orgo, physical, I still need to know that information, especially for the MCAT. So when it comes to me, like, okay, studying or it's something I need to know, I can go back to my old notes from freshman year and review over something, you know, because I still have it. Versus, you know, you carrying different 5-6 binders every year, and it's like you have a whole pile stocking up of different things. Like, you don't have to worry about that. Like, just go paperless. That's what I recommend. Going paperless is the best thing that I could ever did. Some people don't like the feel of being paperless. Some people actually like to just stick to, you know, writing like regularly with paper and pencil, pen, highlighter. Whatever works for you, works for you. Don't get me wrong. You know, like, if it works for you, it works for you. So just, you know, try things out, and if it doesn't work for you, stick to the regular way. Or if you would prefer to be paperless, I just gave y'all a T. GoodNotes and Notability, those are the top two note-taking platforms that I've used, and I love them, each and every one of them. Like, I love them. So, and for classes, when it comes to professors, be respectful to your professors. It's not like, I really don't feel like I should have to say this, but like I say, everybody is raised different. Some people, you know, they don't treat other people with respect. I don't know how it goes, but it just depends on how you was raised. Some people, you know, they just have an obnoxious personality. They want to be a class clown. This college is not high school. Don't come to college wanting to be a class clown. You want to, you know, cause disruptions. You want to do the most. Like, don't do that, because it's like, it's not going to get you nowhere. But, you know, but by all means, if you must, go ahead. But when it comes to classes, be respectful to your professors. I'm not here to, you know, rain on nobody's parade, throw dirt on nobody's name, so I'm not going to get into none of that. But you will come across professors that will be very standoffish, or maybe, you know, it's just their personality or their teaching style does not work for you. But in the end, always try to remain respectful. You know, I've never been disrespectful to a professor, but have I, you know, not agreed with the way they teached or the way that they, you know, just ran the classroom? Yes, I will say that. And that's just the most I'm gonna touch on it. But be respectful. Like, when I tell you I love my professors, like, I have great relationships with most of my professors. Except for, I would say except for one. It's like that course was just, it was so, and it ain't even about being hard, because I feel like if I can pass organic chemistry with an A, I can do anything. It's just sometimes, like I said, you will not get along with the way a teacher chooses to teach. Some teachers, when it comes to class, you'll be like, okay, so where is my tuition money going? Because it's like you get to class and all they have is a PowerPoint, and they will read directly off a PowerPoint. I cannot make this up. You will wake up and go to class, and it's like they're reading verbatim off the PowerPoint. It's like, so where is the teaching coming in at? And also it takes, I'm not gonna lie, in college it takes more than just classroom work. You have to go outside the classroom, you have to go on YouTube, you have to find tutors, study groups. Like, it takes more than just the bare minimum. Don't get me wrong, I'm not here to push that agenda. I am here to push that. You know, I do feel that sometimes professors could be more accommodating when it comes to certain topics, because they're rigorous. Like, these are rigorous courses and everybody learns differently. But yeah, be respectful to your professors at the end of the day, because when I tell you the great relationships I have with my professors, they've written me letter recommendations, they've presented me with internship opportunity. Not they, my organic chemistry professor, like, I was his top student in organic chemistry, so me and him bonded off of that. And then after that, I continued to work in his undergraduate research lab for the past 2 years. And then in the midst of that, like, he presented me with the opportunity to go to Cornell University, an Ivy League, for a summer internship. And so just by, you know, being respectful, having just being who I am, I'm a respectful person in general, just being who I am and just how I was raised, like, and then the professional bond I formed with my professor, he presented me with the opportunity. And then he also presented me with the opportunity, Clark flew me out to the University of Minnesota. If you ain't watched that vlog, go watch it. It was like probably a year ago. It was my business trip vlog to Minnesota. I had a nice time. It was real cold though, I ain't gonna lie, it was real cold. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. So just, when I tell you, forming a relationship with your professors, because, and then like all my professors, they like me because I'm very active in class. Like, I'm an active learner. If a professor is up there talking and teaching about something, oh, I'm raising my hand and asking questions as he's going along, because it's like, I wanna know. Like, if I don't understand something, I'm gonna raise my hand and ask a question. If anybody that took a class with me, they know, oh, Natalia, she gonna raise her hand, she gonna ask a question. It ain't never been no, oh, I'm scared to raise my hand, I'm shy. Like, nah, excuse me. Yeah, so what were you saying about? Yeah, that's just how I go with me. So yeah, I love my professors. I'm not gonna say their names, but I love them. If you see me on campus, come up to me. And if you major in chemistry or bio or whatever, come ask me about some professors. You know, I'm a very, you know, nice person. Don't ever feel like, oh, I can't come up to her. Like, y'all, I'm a senior. I can help guide y'all. I can help get y'all the ins and outs, give y'all a little tea or whatever. Like, it's, you know, I'm here for that. Just be like, hey girl, okay, I watch your YouTube. Can we connect? Can we talk? Can you like let me know I need help with this? Like, just let me know. Also, for attendance, when it comes to attendance with attending classes, I do recommend, like, go to your classes. Like, even if it's not required, go to your classes. Because when I tell you, if a professor sees your face and they see that, okay, this student, she comes to my class all the time, she's actively participating, she's respectful. If you lacking in a course, or you just, you know, you struggling, they gonna work with you. Now, I can't say all professors, because some, I'm gonna be real honest with you, some don't care. Some don't care if you fail their course. They don't care if the whole class fails. And I can personally tell you that, because I'm a chemistry major. So my class size, as you get to your actual major courses, my class size, like physical chemistry, analytical, 4 or 5 students. Physical chemistry, only 2 of us passed. And it was like 5 of us, 5 students. Only 2 of us passed. And like we had some people who were seniors and they were repeating the course. And I just feel like I felt so bad for them because they was trying so hard. And you can only, you know, try your best, put your best foot forward, but if it doesn't click with you, it doesn't click with you. But sometimes I feel like a professor should, you know, try the different ways to get their students to understand what's going on, but don't always have that mentality like, okay, a teacher gonna look out for me, because sometimes they won't, sometimes they will. But you'll know off the strength of just by you going to that class, you'll get a feel of their personality and how they connect with you, how they talk with you about things, and you'll understand that, okay, I understand that they'll look out for me. Like, you know, like they not harsh, like they don't be biting, and they ain't no, you know, don't be afraid to talk to your professor. Like, so also within academics, your GPA. The main advice I could give for GPA would be to start off strong. As a freshman, please start off strong, because like I said, when you first get to college, you're taking the basic classes, you kind of like in the mix of everybody else, and then as you progress through or matriculate through your degree of being an undergrad, you would start to familiarize yourself with the same faces, because when you start getting towards some major classes, you're going to be stuck with like within the same people, right? So when it comes to the GPA, start off strong. Them easy classes, the easiest classes you're gonna have is when you first start off college. Now, don't be the easiest classes. When you get to your major courses and classes within your actual curriculum, they're gonna get a little hard. And when I tell you start off strong, because sometimes the best you can come out of a class is a B or a C. When I tell you, I can attest to this personally. I've always been a 4.0 girl, overachiever, just work hard. And I worked so hard in you know, in the course, and like the class I was telling y'all about with 5 students and only 2 of us passed, I came out with a B. And it wasn't even finna be a B, but it's so much to go with that, and I ain't even finna be messy, but just know your girl, when it comes to your grades, go to the higher up, okay? Go to the higher up, because sometimes, like I said, the situation with sometimes with professor, it gets so tricky, but you just always talk to your advisor about it, talk to your parents about it. Sometimes you might need to get your parents involved, but I had a C, but it was, whatever. I don't even want to get into that. I don't want to get into it. I came out with a B. We gonna leave it at that. I came out with a B. And yeah, sometimes that's the best you gonna come out is a B or a C. And I can attest, because me and my best friend, she goes to ski, she's an engineering major. When I tell you they be having to curve them grades, engineering, chemistry, physics, and these hard majors, oh yeah, these professors be knowing. So yeah, start off strong as a freshman, because you never know, by senior year or junior year, you might have to take a little hit to that GPA. But you know, she's still up though. The GPA still up, but you might have to take a little hit to it, you know. Just always try your best, but start off strong. Try to get A's in everything you can get, because the higher up you get, depending on your major, of course, it's gonna get hard now. Also, lastly, for academics, I would say advisors. Make sure you learn your advisor. Learn who your advisors. I know, like, the way Clark works is like by your last name, you'll be assigned an advisor. You'll have like 2 advisors or whatever, but learn your advisors. Also, learn your curriculum. Like, I know with Clark, we have the Panther Degree Works. That's where you can go to find your, you can go to your Panther Degree Works to find your curriculum with all the courses you need to graduate. And so I've heard a lot of people say like the advisor they had steered them wrong, and they not even on track to graduate, or the advisor didn't give them the right classes they need to be on, like on track. So also, you know, be familiar with your advisor, but go over your Panther Degree Works yourself or your curriculum yourself, and make sure you're taking the right course within the fall or the spring, so that it won't hold you back. Because certain courses, it has a prerequisite, so it's not like you can take it out of order if you didn't take the prerequisite to go to that class, and so you'll be behind. So be on top of your game. Make sure you up on everything you need to be up with, and just stay, you know, stay on track with everything. Stay updated and learn your advisors and build that relationship with them too. Now we can get into dating. Yeah, I said dating. As a freshman, the number one thing I'm gonna tell you, don't come to college looking for love. That's number one. Don't come, you know, first of all, you're not supposed to look for love in general, but don't come to college in general looking for love. Like, I know we done watched the BET movies, we done watched Stump the Yard, we done HBCU college life. We like, oh, I want this, I want the little college love story, da 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 da. I want the AUC love story. Oh, I go to Clark, he goes to Morehouse, or I go to Spelman, he goes to Morehouse. Like, it's possible. A lot of people, I've met a lot of couples who have the AUC love story, but They grown though. Now, current in my generation, I don't know about no ABC love story. Actually, my friend, she in a relationship and he go to Morehouse. Shout out to my girl Shamar. She's in a relationship. Yeah, I love to come see you in general. Like, you young, first of all, as a freshman. I'm not making this video just for freshmen, but it's just like a college 101. But it can be for anybody. You ain't never too young or old to be put on game. But allow it to come to you. You know, allow things to form organically. When you come to Clark, you gonna be in Atlanta, Georgia, baby. If you in a relationship, kudos to you. Like, if it's long distance, I mean, you gotta put it in God's hands. But just the way that the generation is moving, a lot of people, they don't hold standards to. They don't hold men to certain standards when it comes to loyalty or respect, and vice versa. Like, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. You know, I believe in, you know, true love or high school sweethearts, but you know, you never know what somebody doing behind your back. Especially if he a freshman, he's going off to college shoes. Like, Atlanta got some beautiful women. Atlanta has some beautiful women. It has some handsome men as well. So the temptation is there. It's all on you as a person and your discipline and the love you have for whoever you with to either act right or just break up and focus on being a freshman and, you know, finding yourself. Because, you know, you're young. Find yourself. Do what you can to explore new things. Now, necessarily when it comes to men, don't be out here being hot and fast at the tail. Don't do that. You come to college, form friendships. Like, when I got to college, I was observing everybody. Like, to this day, I haven't dated or talked to anyone at Clark. I'm not lying. I can't make this up. I ain't talked or dated to no one at Clark. For one, I was kind of in a little relationship when I got to Clark. And that was like in the beginning of my HBCU vlogs, but that didn't work out. But, you know, no love lost. That's my little friend. Cause like we don't like we friends. Like, we good friends. Like, it ain't no bad blood or anything like that. So yeah, it did not work. And for one, because it's like, let me tell you how it go. The boy, he gonna think, oh, you at Clark, you in Atlanta, you up to no good, doing this, he doing that. So it's like, you creating problems yourself because, like, it's a mindset thing. If the communication not there, it ain't gonna work. You gotta have communication, and the level of communication it takes to have a healthy relationship, 9 times out of 10, at that age, y'all ain't ready for that. Y'all ain't ready for that. So just have fun, be friends with people, get to learn them, because you will find that everything that glitter ain't gold. Like, some of these men, they look good, but horrible personality. They don't know how to communicate. They're just obnoxious. A lot of dudes that think the whole young and turn thing to get them somewhere, like, they think that they're all that in a bag of chips. And I'm all for, you know, self-esteem and confidence, but you know, just humble yourself. Always be humble. You know, but know your worth at the same time. But know your worth, but be humble. When it comes to Greek men, like, when you come any college, be careful. You know, if you're a freshman or a sophomore, you young now. Don't be careful falling for them upperclassmen. Don't be naive. Like, if they try to talk to you, okay, cool. Be their friend though. Be their friend. Be their friend. Nothing more. Be their friend. That's it. You know, like, me personally, I've always been the chill type of girl. Like, I have great male friendships. I can vibe with males platonically, like, no sexual or intimacy involved, and great vibes, because, like, that's the type of person I am. But yeah, if you can be a homegirl, you know, just be homegirl. But when it comes to these upperclassmen or these Greek men, like, baby, be careful. Because one thing about it, if you're interested in joining any fraternity or sorority, it gets messy. Because say, okay, for example, let me give it to you raw. Say, for example, you get to Clark or whatever college you at, and okay, this upperclassman or whatever, or this Greek person trying to talk to you. When I say these men are dogs, but the whole time they probably got a long-term relationship with somebody that already there or in a sorority. So you end up getting in the midst of their little love triangle because he mad, he want to just go play with some new fresh meat. I'm sorry, but that's just the rawness to it. Like, that's what you are. You're new fresh meat. You're a freshman. You're fresh. You're new. You know, like, they be at you. They gonna be at your neck now. That's what they gonna do. And they just want to, you know, get a little vibe to you. See what they can get away with. So it's like, it gets messy. Like, you know, she found out you talking to her man, or you done this on her man, it gets real messy. Just steady yourself. If you want to pledge, and that goes for vice versa with the males. Be careful, because some of the girls, they be plotting on the freshmen too. It go both ways. Like, be careful, because somebody, they'll be like, oh, you messing with my girl, you doing this, da, 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 da. Save yourself the problems and the trouble. It's not that serious, it's not that deep. Just be friends, observe, and just enjoy college life. Be careful mess with them great men though. I'm gonna tell you that. Be careful. Don't say I didn't tell you now. I warned you. Main thing is, anyway, if your grade is not right, you don't have time to be worried about no conversations, no linking, no dates, no nothing. Grades come first. Always remember that. With partying or men or whatever, anything that ain't about business, which is your schoolwork, your college, you ain't got time for it, okay? You don't have no time for it. So just, yeah, play your cards right, focus on school, all the other stuff, just have a little fun, you know, experience life, because that's what you're here for, to experience life. But you know, just do right, that's it. Don't say I ain't tell you though. For your opportunities, when you get to college, get out your comfort zone. Heavy on get out your comfort zone. Please get out your comfort zone. That's something, my first time I say get out my comfort zone was when I took the business trip. Like, my best friend, I go to Tuskegee, I'ma always brag on her. If she watches this video, hey girl, I love you. But she be taking business trips. Like, she done been out the country with studying abroad. She does so much. I'm so proud of her. My first business trip was when I went to Minnesota, like I told you about. And I'm like, I ain't never been up there. It's cold up there. It's like I got class, but I ended up getting excuses for the class, and it was like it was a school trip, like a business trip, funded by the school, and it was a nice experience. Like, just get out your comfort zone. Like, my first time ever, I enjoyed it. And then my second time out my comfort zone was my internship in Cornell. I was in New York, Ithaca, New York, y'all. I'm a down south girl. Of course, it was summertime, so I didn't have to worry about nothing it being cold, but it was a change of scenery. Like, it was a whole different vibe. Like, that's Cornell. Like, I'm from the down south Americas to Atlanta now, and then now I'm in Ithaca. So yeah, it's just get out your comfort zone. Overall, I ended up loving my internship. It was a good experience. And yeah, another time I was out my comfort zone, I had a data science internship. I'm a chemistry major. I'm going towards pre-med, but data science is also incorporated into science as well. So with data science, with my internship, that was like my sophomore year summer. I was doing computer programming, like computer coding. It was a nice experience, like just learning how to code and being able to put that on my resume. Like, just get your feet wet, like dibble and dabble in everything. It's never like, what do you lose from trying something new? And it's no strings attached. Like, just go for it. Just have that go for it mentality. If you're scared, then good, because the way to progress in life and to elevate yourself is to always get out your comfort zone. You ain't gonna grow if you always feeling comfortable and you always feeling like, I'm content, I'm complacent with where I'm at. The only way to go up is to go indoors and to go in places you've never been before. Okay. For extracurriculars, heavy on get active on campus. I wish I I couldn't get active freshman year. I started getting a little bit active like towards the end of sophomore year, because like I said, everything was returning back to normal. Clubs were coming back, and I was kind of trying to get the gist of everything. But yes, heavy on make sure you get active on campus, because just the bonds you form with the people in the clubs, the opportunities that come your way from being active, and just the professional development that you gain from being in these organizations, joining executive positions, it teaches you things, it molds you into the person that you need to be. Because for one, I am the president of the National Society of Black Women in Medicine at Clark Atlanta University. So if you're pre-med or interested in healthcare on that track, come holler at your girl. And this video should be out before the organization fair. So if you at Clark, the organization fair will be on the 17th. And the fall applications will be open. So I'm the president of the NSBWM. I'm the vice president of the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students. Also, I am involved in the Pre-Professional Health Society. I am the Clark Atlanta liaison for the Alpha Epsilon Delta. It's a pre-professional honor society. And then also I'm involved in Women of CAU. It's another organization. I'm not an executive position, but I am in the organization. And then there was another club also that I'm now the secretary for, I believe, because At Clark, you can charter your own organization as well. So if you deeply believe in a cause and you want to charter your own organization, it is possible. You just have to create your own constitution, logo, policies, and things like that. But definitely look into that if you're passionate about it. So, and then just by being able to form my organization and charter it and run it, I've been able to, you know, present my members with volunteer opportunities, because volunteering is important. Make sure you volunteer, get active in your community, build those bonds. I love the bonds I've established with the partnerships I have with different volunteer community organizations. I just love the people, and it's great. You learn things, you see things, and I highly recommend it. So that's why I feel like, you know, when it comes to organizations, like, a lot of people need guidance. Like, because a lot of my members, they'd be like, oh, it's a lot of things I did not know, or could you help me with this? And it's like, if I'm in a position to help, I'm more than glad to help. Like, I'm glad that I can help you. I'm glad that I can serve you. Because when I tell you I didn't know about the HPAU office, a lot of my members did not know about the HPAU office. And we're all pre-med or nursing or PA or just going different healthcare routes. And you need to be familiar with the Health Professions Advising Unit, because she sends out so many internship opportunities, so many conference opportunities. Like, she does that. So if I told you the name, I told you her name. If you ain't catch her name by now, go back and rewatch the video, because I want you to make sure you're catching all this information. With the organization, like, I bring in internship, volunteer opportunities, scholarship opportunities that I hear about. Speaking of scholarship opportunities, I'm happy to announce your girl won a $10,000 scholarship, y'all. I woke up to the email last night. I won a $10,000 scholarship. I'm so happy. I had applied for it, and yeah, so I did get the opportunity to win that scholarship, because your girl needs some money for this high tuition. So I had to cut the video short, because, like, when I tell you, like, I can talk all day, I can talk all day, I can talk all day. But your girl always giving gems and tips and things for college life. I'm always talking to y'all. I'm always chatting with my supporters on my Instagram. So connect with me on Instagram, follow me on my Instagram. I'm always going live on my TikTok and on my makeup. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a get ready with me for the first day of classes. Like, it's senior year, so I'm a step. So follow me on TikTok, and yeah, just like, comment, subscribe, tune in for more. If you're not familiar, if you haven't watched two of my series, go tune into that. And I just enjoyed talking with y'all. Like, I talk all day. Like, I really love to talk. I really do. I might just start a podcast one day. Who knows? So yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tune in. I am Natalia J. I had a pleasure speaking with you all, whoever watching this video, and I'm gonna talk to y'all next time.